Hey, what's going on? Today's the week one recap. Today, literally just about an hour ago, the ads went live. So I'm going to show you everything up until this point. Basically, what you're going to see in this video is the ads that I created, the website that I created, and kind of the initial results of, because we're spending money now on advertising, and you're going to be able to see that. So that's what I want to be able to show it to you and how I got to this point. That being said, the Euro Cup is on right now, so this is going to be a quicker video because I want to watch the Turkey Austria game. So with that being said, let's jump into it. I'm going to show you the most important things up until this point. I will talk through it all, and we'll go from there. So I think goes over here. Okay, so I showed you guys. What am I doing? I showed you guys the website that I had created. And I kind of I tried to make it really clear that um the first few versions are total garbage. Like that's pretty normal, right? And I had showed you guys a few things. Like I had made this again, I'll show it to you just so you kind of understand like the progression, right? Like this was the first version, and it was like I knew it was dog shit, but like you just have to you have to get it out because the first ones are going to suck. Um, same thing. Oh, that's my information. Great. All right. Well, you guys already saw it. Please don't spam my phone number if this is probably not going to go viral, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, that was the first one. The second one was this one. I'm starting to understand the consumer a little bit more and what they might like. Ignore this. This is all like a template page, and I just kind of typed it in. The most important part is the words on the page. So in the second version, like that first version, I was like, okay, I know that's not gonna work. I need to make this a little bit more interesting. So this was my second version. I wrote this out. And again, even after writing this one, I knew it still wasn't great, but it started to make a little bit more sense in the from the perspective of this is a valuable thing. It's new, it's exciting, and if I give this thing to if this person uses this thing, they're going to benefit from it, right? So again, I knew it wasn't necessarily perfect. Again, there's my information. Whatever. It's okay. Let me just you guys already saw it. Screw it. Anyway, that's the form that I had, which was like find a local doctor near you. So as I was going through the second one, like the part that I was struggling with was I wasn't sure what to tell people to do, right? Like I didn't know if this was gonna work. It didn't really feel that compelling, that strong to me. All of it, again, I was still working through it in my own head. And when you're writing your own ads, the first version's probably gonna suck. The second version's probably gonna suck. Like I've been doing this for 5+ years now. So I'm getting better at this, and I would say I'm one of the top in the country at this, and I'm still struggling to get the first few versions out. So if you're struggling to get the first few versions out and you don't really have a lot of practice with this, that should be the expectation. So don't get disappointed, don't get discouraged. Um the third version, which is kind of like what I'm going to run with right now. So people are already starting to view it, which is pretty cool. That's from today. Some of it is me, but some of it is other people. Uh, okay, so first of all, this is optimized for mobile. So again, here's my information. I'm totally gonna get spammed. I'm all right, whatever, it's okay. That literally does nothing. But anyway, so this third version, I was like, okay, well, I found out this whole FDA approved thing. And I know that works. This is kind of what it would look like on mobile. It's not 100%, but it's close. And everything is optimized for mobile because I know 90%, 95, if not 99% of the traffic is going to come from mobile. So that's what I wanted to work on. So in this ad, I still felt like I wasn't really sure if people were going to see this GAE procedure and like they would want it right away. But what I did figure out was that people didn't want surgery and they didn't want to keep taking pain meds. So the whole idea behind this was it's a new FDA approved solution, which it is. It's actually a breakthrough, like they called it a breakthrough FDA breakthrough device status because it was like these like it's like some high tech thing that goes in your knee. But so that was kind of that to end. So like here's this new thing that's going to end their problem without the things that they don't want. That's ultimately the structure here. New shiny thing that could solve your problem, that can solve your problem without the thing you don't want, right? So that was that. And now that I'm looking at this is like not even that great either, but it was good enough for me to be like, okay, let's try this out. Like, I guess now that I'm teaching it, it's like a different perspective, but this could still be stronger. But I think it, there's a curiosity factor, and that's kind of what I was trying to create. And that's really it. Okay, prevent surgery. It's an in-office procedure. It's not invasive. 12 months of relief. Here's some like details behind it. So the whole thing is ultimately I'm trying to tell them what to do, not how to do it. And I created two versions of this. I'll show you the other one as well. So I'm actually, this is interesting because I must have, I did this pretty quickly because I wanted to just like get it out there, and that's like a conversation in and of itself. But this could definitely be stronger. Like there's not like, are you suffering from knee pain? Blah blah. It doesn't really say like this is like not really saying enough. I should have said like um find out if you qualify. I should probably change this to like find out if you qualify um today, or like I don't know. I should have thought this through a little bit, but I'm gonna let it run just for the sake of this, even though now I'm realizing this kind of is still not that great. I'm gonna let it run so you can see the results, right? Because that's gonna be really important for you guys. So um this is the website. This is these are the ads. I'm not gonna go through the details of the ads, but there was inspiration from some chiropractors that I saw. I was like, oh, this is like actually pretty good because they said the same thing without, they said the same, they basically said get knee pain relief without having surgery. And I thought that was like, it's like the same kind of like pitch, right? But this is like even better of a solution. So I started running this. We've spent $8 so far, which, you know, it's like nothing. But here's like something pretty cool. Like it's costing me $1 per click. Again, this is like super early, but people are clicking it, which is like really interesting. Like usually you should see like 1 to 3% is pretty good. 6% is banger. Like that's pretty awesome. I'm excited to see how this kind of continues to go out. Is this yeah, that's up to date. So anyway, so the pictures of the ads, let me see if I could. Okay, so like arthritis and joint degeneration, joint rejuvenation, like again, this is just like an example that I found, and I just want to see like what's gonna work, right? I'm testing a bunch of things. So if you think about it from like, let me Figma. Let me just show you guys this so you can like visually understand what's happening here. Um Actually, we went through this in the last video, so I'm gonna pull this back up, and you'll kind of see like what the deal is here. So what we're doing right now is we're going through these two things. So here's the ad, the landing page, and that's kind of the part that I'm showing you. These are the ads. It's these screenshots, right? And if I even like, let me see if I can. How do I? Yeah, it's like kind of crazy. Usually I don't show any of this, but I told you I was trying to be like transparent so that you can do this with me. It may work, it may not work, right? Like, I mean, I know I'll get it to work eventually, but it may not work on the first time. I'll tell you that for sure. So like if I just go kind of advanced preview and like show you what this looks like, these are the ads that themselves, this is what they might look like. Here's like a bunch of different options. I picked a few And the reason why I'm picking a few is because I want Facebook to like test them all and see what works best, right? Um, I mean, it's really as simple as that. The landing page, really what I want to see is if people are gonna opt into it. So like I had this I never really I have to check this too, but this is the same thing, but instead of like a lead form, it's a quiz form. So like we can just go through it in a sec. You can see what it looks like. So it's basically seeing the question is like this. So this compared to the other one is a much stronger like call to action. So I'm asking them to take this 1 minute quiz, see if they qualify, and in order to get the results, they have to put the information. So I get that lead, right? I'm not going to show the people's information, but obviously once that if someone submits this, it's going to go to a spreadsheet, which is this last part, and we're going to be able to call them and check them or cross them off as like a good lead or a bad lead. But ultimately, we're trying to generate leads and then book appointments. So that's the process. We have ads, we have the sales page, we have the CRM, which I'm not, again, this is like private information, so I'm not going to share that. But I'll show you guys how many leads are being generated. I'll probably like blur it out or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of like the process up until this point. I guess like the parts that again I really want to like highlight more than anything is that it took me like 5 times to just figure this first part out, right? I knew the first 4 were like total garbage, but excuse me, this website, I knew that those were like garbage, and it took like a few times to get it right. So now I feel like I have it right, but even as we were going through this, I still know that like it could be a lot better, right? Um, Once I figured that out, the ads are like really easy. Again, the whole point of the advertisement, like if you go through this process, right? We call it a sales funnel or a marketing funnel, or you can call it like a bunch of things. It's a funnel ultimately, right? If some like the whole point of the ad is not to get someone to book an appointment. The whole point of the ad is to get them to click the ad, right? So I want to find people that are the people that I'm trying to target, which are people who have knee pain from knee osteoarthritis that don't want to do a surgery, right? So I just want to get those people to click. I don't care what they do after that. I just want them to click, right? So that's the whole point of the ad. The landing page, the whole point of the landing page is for them to complete that form. So I need to give them like you don't want to give them everything, because if you give them everything, they have nothing to do after that, right? So I want to give them a little teaser of what they might get or what might be possible. And in order for them to, and like I'm opening that loop, in order for them to close that loop, right, they have to complete that form. When they complete that form, we get their information. Once we get the information, we're going to call them and say, hey, listen, we heard you inquired about, solving your knee pain without getting surgery. Just tell us a little bit more about what you've been up to and like what you've been trying to do, and like what are you open to, and I don't know, we'll figure out that conversation when we get there. We're not even there yet, but that's ultimately what's happening, right? So keep in mind, like, so that's kind of it. And again, I'll refresh and I'll show you guys ads, like the results as I kind of go here. Like 5 minutes ago, see if anyone else clicked. Nobody else clicked, but I did spend more money, which, hey, spending money is the name of the game. Maybe like if you want to learn more about how I set this up, just comment and then I'll share all this stuff. But here, let me stop sharing my screen for a sec. So I mean, that's ultimately it. Created the ads on Facebook and Instagram. We have a website that's going to generate curiosity and get people to fill out a form. Once they fill out that form, I will get the lead. I have like people that are gonna help me, but we're gonna call those leads and say, hey, listen, we heard you're interested about XYZ. If we get 10 leads and 2 of them, or even 1 of them says, yeah, I'm interested, book an appointment, that's a home run, because that appointment will pay for the whole point is that appointment will pay for everything that we've done so far. And if they schedule a procedure, we're going to make money. So this is kind of a shorter video, but I wanted to show you up until this point is I would call this like the week 1 recap. So you can know, if you've been following the series, you know how we got to this point. And this is kind of the day one of running advertisements, right? So we just started spending money. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on how the results go, but I guess what to expect is like the next 2 to 3 days, don't touch your ads. Let the ads run and you're buying data, right? If there's like a fatal mistake, which there probably is not, but if there is, then maybe I'll pause it and I'll show it. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. So I'm not 100% sure what's next, but what I can tell you is that, well, actually, I do know what's next. Over the next 2 3 days, I'm gonna get the data. I will share the data with you so you can see what's going on. One, depending on what's good or like ultimately, I'm looking for whatever is not gonna work in the advertisements, right? So whatever doesn't work, I'm gonna go back in the next 2 3 days, fix it, and then do the same thing again. And hopefully, the ads start to work a little bit better. So that's kind of what's next. Um, like I said, feel free to message or to like comment or message me privately or whatever it is on like this process. I know I'm going fast and I'm not going too deep on everything right now because I want to give you like the overview. But once we start to like see things, then maybe I'll start to go deeper into like how to run Facebook ads or how to set up the platform, how to do like we didn't even talk about pixels. We didn't even talk about setting up the URL, setting up like the logo, setting up the Facebook page. Like there's so much to go into this. So, and again, it's like kind of second nature for me, but I don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know something, ask it in the comments and then that way I can go through it. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the series. I'll see you guys in the next video.